Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Adli Farhan Ibrahim, and I'm from Telkom University, Bandung, Indonesia. In this video, I will explain to you about my final assignment project. The title is Microexpression Recognition using VGG19, Convolutional Neural Network Architecture, and Random Forest. Okay, in this video there is three outlines that I will explain. The first one is scopes, problems, and solution. The second one is methods, and the third one is result and analysis. Next, I will explain to you about scope, problems, and solution. I will start from problems and solution first. The problem is microexpression is a hidden expression of human. This happen in very short period of time. This is so difficult to capture with only bare eyes. So in this research, I want to develop a program that can do analysis and or recognize microexpression automatically. The problems can be divided by two major points. The first one is how to classification in microexpression from SMIC database with good accuracy. The second one is how to evaluate performance of the developed system. And the solution we offer from the problems earlier is the first one, develop a system that can analyze and recognize microexpression with VGG19 as feature extraction and random forest as classifier. The second one is do comparison for the testing. This will split with variable training validation. The ratio is 50 by 50, 55 by 45, 60 by 40, and so on. It will multiply by 5 until it's reached 90 by 10 percentage. The last one, I will explain the scope. The scope for this final assignment is the first one is system that will be created is only used to analyze or recognize microexpression. Second, using Python as programming language. 3, using Jupyter extension file or .ipynb. Fourth, using VGG19 as feature extraction. Fifth, using random forest as classifier. And 6, using SMIC crop database. 7, testing is done by splitting the database with ratio 50 by 50, 55 by 45, and so on. Like I explained before. And the last point is testing is also done by get the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score value for every ratio using confusion matrix. And next I will explain to you about the SMIC crop database. This is the database which I use in this final assignment project. There is 3 different camera for the capture the image. There is near infrared. It is with so the result is with infrared. The result for the picture is in black and white color, and the second one is FIS. This is visual camera like actual camera, and the last one is HACE. This is a high-speed camera. This is can capture video from the really high frame rates per second. This SMIC crop database is after process for the SMIC raw. So the database is already cropped in the face. So this is so very helpful in our works. Also, the SMIC have 3 labels. The first one is positive. The second one is negative, and the last one is surprise. Okay, there is our methods in general. There's our method in general that I will explain to you. The first one is database is going processed with the pre-processing process. After that, we will extract the feature using VGG19 And after get the features, we will do the classification with random forest. This is in general. So I will explain to you again what's going on in the pre-processing. The first one, there is in program for loops to fill empty array with received image. After we fill the empty array, we need to change the data types of the array with NumPy API function array. So the data types will be NumPy array. Then after we change the data types, we need to split the data with the percentage I explained before. And the third process is encode the target variable. I forget. In program for loops, we also already get the label for every image. So after encode variable using one-hot encoding, and there is the illustration below. Before one-hot encoding, the label is positive, negative, and surprise, and after one-hot encoding, the label will be integer 0, 1, and 2. After we encode, we need to normalize the pixel we have obtained before. The NumPy array which we obtained earlier will be divided by 255. This will normalize value in range 0 to 1. There is the final process for the processing, and after that we will do feature extraction. Feature extraction is done by using VGG19, and I will show you the configuration layer after that. And there is three layers, main three layers: conv2d, pooling, which is max pooling, and flatten layer. Okay, there's the configuration for the layer. Okay, next. I will explain you what's going on inside the layer. From the configuration earlier, the program will use filter size 3 times 3 and using 0 paddings. The layers will use default stride value, which is 1. So the convolution process will move one by one for each value. Okay, there is the illustration in the convolution layer. So in this matrix, there is a 0 padding in here, and the stride value will move one by one, like default value is 1. Okay, after that, the value will go to hidden layers or activation function, where there is ReLU activation function. Basically, ReLU will pass value which is bigger than 0. So when every value is bigger than 0, the return value is equal to value. So for example, the value is 1, the return value will be 1. If the value is smaller than 0, the return value will be 0, or there is minus. So for example, if the value is -1, the return value will be 0. And there is the second layer is pooling layer, which is max pooling. The result will, from convolution layer will be filtered with maximum value. There is the illustration for the max pooling. And the last one is flatten layer. The final layer is flattened. This will reduce the dimension of the value. And after that, after we get the feature, we got earlier will be classified with random forest algorithm. There is the illustration. So there is the feature for the what we got earlier. In this process, the feature will be splitted by some by different count, and every feature that the algorithm split will doing classification process for itself. So after the classification process itself is done, every feature that have splitted before will do the majority voting, and the majority voting is the result. Okay, the final output is classification result, and there is the illustration from the program. So this is this program can predict the micro expression correctly. Okay, the rest is result and analysis. There is result for every percentage. As you can see, there is 50 by 50, 55 by 45, and so on. Like I explained before, it will multiply by 5 until it reach 90 by 10. There is the last one. After we get the performance from the every ratio, we need to evaluate the best performance from every value. And after we evaluate, there is the best performance that we have. There is split for the 90 by 10. This is the best performance that I have. That I got from the every split. And after that, we will evaluate the hyperparameter in the random forest, which is an estimator. An estimator is in random forest is like the count of the tree in the algorithm that we will use. So to evaluate the initial value for the n estimator is 10, and we need to evaluate which value is the best. The value we will evaluate will be multiplied by 10 again. So the first one is 10. There's the initial value, 20, 30, 40, and so on until it's reached 90. There is the result for the near database, for the near camera. There is the result for the face camera. As you can see, the near and the face have already has the best parameter, which is 10. So this is 10. There is also have the best performance for the near and face. So, but we need to evaluate for the HS. As you can see, there is the initial value, and you can see the best performance that we got in the HS camera is 30. So the 30 need improvement and change its n estimator to value is by 30. Okay. There is the conclusion and recommendation. The conclusion, the first one is, in this research, the writer has been successfully developed system analysis micro expression recognition with CNN architecture VGG19 as feedback section and random forest as classifier. The result is accuracy value between 98% to 100%. In this research, the writer also successfully to make comparison and performance evaluation within percentage, 50 by 50, and so on. And the recommendation is, there is 3 recommendations. The first one, doing deployment of the trained model to doing real-time detection using available device. The second one is the deployment can be done and implemented to website-based application or even mobile-based application. The last one is adding more memory to hardware, because the more data will be processed, the more memory will be needed. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much.